What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Warren. I am a banker here in London and a property investor across the UK. My goal is to live free and on my own terms from property. So I'm looking for an income of £3,000 per month from property. If you're looking to live on those terms as well, subscribe, like, that is what my content is all about. So guys, at the end of each year, what I like to do from a financial perspective, you know at the beginning of this video I said that my goal is to live free and independently from property. I also have a few other streams of income that I'm going to go through as well, but at the end of each year I like to take stock and see how much I've made from those streams of income and see what I can do going forwards to increase them, because if I'm going to live free and independently, the goal is to increase all of these streams of income year by year to a point where my living costs are completely covered by streams of income that I make outside of work, outside of the office. So if I ever wanted to quit work or go on holiday or go traveling, or if I couldn't work for whatever reason, I am good, guys. Yeah. So let's start with my main source of passive income. That is property, guys. My main focus, my favorite asset to investing. So I'm going to split this up into rent, income from rent, and also income from capital appreciation. This is the forced appreciation that I've made going via the BRRR strategy. That's buy, refurbish, refinance and rent. And if you watch my recent videos over the past few months, I have been undergoing a project in Manchester whereby I bought a house at below its comparable price, a comparable price for other properties, below what it's worth, done it up, forced appreciation, forced the rise in value on that property, and then refinanced and took out money, right? So those are the two main streams of income that I've gotten from property over the past year. So guys, let's start with the big one, the main one, my income from the year off of capital appreciation, which came via my BRRR project in Manchester. Check out the videos for that, guys. I made a series of videos on that project. So I bought that project at auction for £127,000. I actually had it valued as part of the initial bridging finance. That came in at £140,000. So I got it at a good price, £13,000 below the open market value. So I had it refurb, guys, from October to December. I had the builders in there doing a refurb. At the end of that, I got a new valuation done. The valuation, guys, came in at £160,000. Remember, I bought it for £127,000. And as part of the remortgage, so I'm remortgaging the bridging finance onto a normal mortgage, I've been able to access £24,750 in pure profit cash into my bank account, guys. So guys, that has been my income on just 3 months from that BRRR project into my bank. That's my income in terms of capital appreciation. And guys, that is why I'm going to pursue this strategy going forwards. Imagine doing 3 or 4 of those per year. You're in a really good position. Yes, BRRR is higher risk, but also higher reward when done right. Income from rent. My gross rent, that's the money through the door before any costs, has been £2,250 from my 2 properties that I have to rent. Now, my net rent, so after all of my costs, guys, has been minus £711. Now, let me explain why that is, because there's a few factors that go into that, and I'm going to explain why I'm taking certain actions off the back of that. So you would expect, right, if you're going to get £12,250 in rent through the door, you'd expect a profit. I have not turned a profit. Now, if you've watched my other videos on here and my content on TikTok and Instagram, you will not follow me, by the way. You will know that I've said several times that this property, the costs associated with this property are getting out of control and are not sustainable. So let's go through them. First of all, the service charge. So service charge has gone up over time, and we're now at £1,400 per year on a service charge for this 1-bed flat in Liverpool. Also, I had a changeover this year in the middle of the year in May. I had a void, so that was a loss of £655 in rent because it was empty and I was paying council tax on top of that and other fees. Now, when a tenant moves out and another tenant moves in, there are costs associated with that. The total that I paid was £800 in costs, and that covered stuff like the checkout, setup fees and cleaning, inventory fees, deposit registration fees, £800. So in total, guys, when you add up all of those costs associated with this one flat, those are costs of £2,861 that are avoidable. Now, I mentioned that there's certain action that I'm going to take, right? I am selling this flat because of the fact that it's not profitable. So my plan, guys, is to replace this 1-bed flat with all of its costs with a freehold terraced house. What I want to do is serviced accommodation with that freehold terraced house. Why do I want to go for a freehold terraced house, guys? Because I'm not going to pay that big extortionate service charge that's gone up over time of 1,400 per year. So let's consider an alternative multiverse scenario where I would have had a freehold, say 2-bed terraced house instead of this 1-bed flat in my portfolio. Over the last year, I believe I would have made that £2,861 instead of losing it. So overall, I would have had a net profit for the year of £2,100. Why is that? Because I would have avoided the service charge because it's a freehold property. I would have had longer term tenants. You tend to get shorter term tenants in 1-bed flats, like young people, students, etc. I reckon I would have had a family in this house. So there would have been no changeover, no void. No checkout fees, no inventory fees, no deposit registration fees, all of that. So would have made a net profit if I'd have had a freehold terraced house instead, and that's what I'm going to do. So this flat is currently up for sale and I'm going to replace it with a freehold property. Interestingly, guys, I'm not actually going to use it for long-term tenancies for a family. What I'm going to do is use it for serviced accommodation, and I'll make more videos on that in the future in terms of why that's a good idea, why the income from that is much higher. Obviously there's risks that come with it and there's more effort, but the gains and the benefits, especially for my passive income, far outweigh those. So more content coming up on that, guys. Next up, guys, is stocks and crypto. So last year's video, I showed you my returns from stocks and crypto, which weren't bad. Guys, this year I sold them all. I sold everything. Why is that? Because I just mentioned just before this the return that I made from doing the BRRR strategy. I sold my portfolio of stocks and crypto to have some extra cash to put towards the refurbishment that I did on that property. And as you saw, I got a very big return. My thinking was to move capital from stocks and crypto. We had a terrible year for stocks and crypto, and put it somewhere else where I'm going to get a much greater return, and that was into this BRRR property. And of course you saw I got a fantastic return off the back of that. Doesn't mean, guys, that I'm off stocks and crypto. I haven't given up on that. I plan over the longer term, over the next few years, to get back into it, mainly for diversification. Never a good idea to have all of your assets in one basket. I'm never long term going to have all of my money, all of my capital in properties solely. You need to diversify your portfolio and your assets. So I will do that over the coming years, but no money in stocks and crypto, no return for 2022, guys. Next up are digital products, guys. So I made £251 last year in 2022 in passive income. Well, it wasn't quite passive, tell a lie, from digital products. And those were mainly from coaching. I offer coaching. So I had a good few clients last year who I personally coached one-to-one, hour-long sessions. If you're interested in that, sign up in the link below and book a session with me. And also my dashboard, my property dashboard, which allows you to select profitable properties and takes all the hard work out of that. That's passive. I designed and made that last year, and it just sells on an ongoing basis. So decent return from those two digital products. My goal this year is to actually make an online course with online modules that you can just buy, sign up to, and do the modules at your own leisure. I'm going to record that at some point of this year. That's the goal. So look out for that. And that will make this stream of income even more passive. So I don't actually have to do anything except for maintain a website for people to access that. Then next up, guys, lastly, is YouTube income. Right here on this platform, guys, how much have I made from YouTube? Because a lot of people are interested in that. Well, guys, the answer to that is zero. I haven't made any money from YouTube. Why? Because I'm not monetized yet, guys. I need more subs. I need more watch hours. So the big reason behind that, guys, I would have been monetized last year, but I took 4 months off at the beginning of last year, from January to May, I think it was. And the reason behind that was because I was in the midst of a legal case. Still am now, suing the developer on a property development in Liverpool that I first saw in March 2020. Again, there's whole videos on that, so check those out. But I was really focused on that. I'll be honest, guys, I was quite stressed out by that. So I just didn't make videos. I didn't have the headspace for it. I didn't have the energy or the capacity.
And so we don't have the capacity
for it. I'm sorry, but you know, we're all human. I reckon I'll be monetized round about May, June with any luck. So guys, keep watching, keep sending these videos to other people and recommending them, because that's really going to help this channel grow and get my watch hours up, because of course I want to be monetized. It's a goal of mine. It has been for 2 years. So guys, that is a summary of my year in terms of how much I made overall. I hope you found that helpful. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I'm on there as well, guys. And I'll see you guys in the next one.